Hey guys. How's everybody doing? It's a beautiful day in California, man. It's like 70s. Gorgeous. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? What's up, Joe? B. Wells, everybody else. Can you guys hear me? Let me know if my audio is working. So I'm huffing and puffing much less walking these hills. It's like trading, man. First day is difficult. Second day is difficult. Third day is even more difficult. But, you know, eventually it gets better. Once again, we'll start once I make it up the first hill. Let everybody log on as well. Do me a favor, guys. CAPR. Periodically, let me know what the price is, as well as IMRN and MLNT. Whew. CAPR, IMRN, MLNT. Those three symbols, do me a favor. Periodically, let me try it down. What's the other one? Cool. I have a bunch of fancy orders all over the place for those. I just want to see if I hit. Okay, almost up the hill. CAPR, $6 line. MLLT, come back up to $5, what was that, $6? $5, whatever it was. IMRN, man, I'm hoping this thing goes under $5. And IMRN had a death line breached, so I'm hoping it goes, but we will see. They're supporting it at the 520s. I have some IMRN still holding short during my walk. $450 is the resistance for IMRN. I mean 550. It's way under VWAP, but the problem is this. Stocks are heavily rotated. You have to be very careful because they can teleport, because it doesn't take much size if the shorts are upside down. But the VWAP is way up above IMRN, so there's still a lot of back holders. All right. Not bad. Made up the hill. Didn't die. And good. How's everybody trading, man, after a long weekend? I guess every weekend's long. All right, I made up the hill. That's what we're gonna talk about. Before I start, any questions, guys? I want you guys sometimes to drive this conversation, whatever you guys want to learn. But hold on, it's really loud here. They're doing construction in the back, fixing the roads. The roads are being fixed. This is the thing with the with society, man. The roads here are perfectly fine. Look at this. No fucking problem. Tiny cracks. But dude, what road does it? The poor areas, they don't even fucking fix the big potholes. But this area is like, seems like sometimes they just make shit up so that they can get paid. It's like people need a job, and those construction guys make a shitload of money, guys. So they just look, I guess they have a budget. That's how this stuff works, man. These certain areas pay a lot more taxes. Therefore, you have more budget to do this. And so if they don't use the budget, they lose it. So they sometimes just make shit up to fix, dude. Seriously. I see like certain roads in my area get fixed like every 6 months. I'm like, what the fuck? It's completely fine. And then other areas, you know, down the hill where it's not as affluent, the roads have potholes in it and people are dying because they don't have proper signage up. That's society. But anyways, guys. I want to, a couple of things. We haven't really been talking much about the Philly event. So I want to talk about the Philly event. It's next month, August 17th, weekend. And I'm actually surprised. I thought it was like months away, but dude, it creeped up very quickly, guys. August 17th, we have our 1 year anniversary. Can't believe it. We're not even a year yet. We're still in infancy stage and people are learning. And so we're throwing a free event as usual, completely free. This event is going to cost us a bunch of money, man. Over 5 figures on this shit. All for free, guys. You know, who does this stuff for free? There's other events, seminars that charge you hundreds of dollars to meet them, hundreds of dollars to freaking go there, thousands of dollars actually, not hundreds. It's all free, guys. The meetup is on Saturday, August 17th, free for everybody. You don't have to be MIC. Just come out and say hi. And then on Monday, live trading, man. Live trading. We're going to actually show you the strategies that we use and highlight some of the members who's going to come up and teach. So it's not going to be like a lecture format, which is awesome because now you're actually learning from people that have learned since joining MIC. So it's kind of like, dude, people say, oh, sure. I always say this, man. It's like there's a ton of strategies out there, guys. But can you do what these guys are teaching you to do? That's the difference, man. Can you do what they teach you to do? I have a lot. I mean, you could be the best trader in the world, but if your strategy does not apply to the masses, then you know what, man, it doesn't really help if you sign up for these services, right, guys? So you have to be able to do what they teach you to do. There's a lot of smart guys out there. I get trolled a lot, and they're like, "Oh, your way is stupid." But, dude, I'm teaching the majority of the people how to properly trade. When you get very good, you really do not need me to teach you. You're probably going to be better than me. And that is the goal. I want you to be better than me. But I want you to at the least have the basic fundamentals. Oh, cool. 529. You know what I'm saying? So don't fall for these guys that show big numbers, that claim to be smart, that claim to be rich. I mean, sure, they may be. But can they teach you to do what they do? And most of you guys don't have $1 million accounts to do hedging, to do all these complicated option calls mixed in with long derivatives of stocks and bullshit and all that crap, right? And so they can brag all they want about their one guy that's teaching them that, but who the fuck can take advantage of that shit, right? So I'm teaching you how to basically make $1 million a year. You know what it takes to make $1 million a year, guys? $4,000 a day. Can you do 4,000? I'm pretty sure. If you're disciplined, you can. Alex barely trades 1 hour a day, and he's at that level, right? Doesn't take much, guys. If you make just $100 a day trading consistently, $100, that's $200,000 a year. Think about that. $100 fucking dollars a day. Wait, is that 200? That's 20. I'm doing bad math. but go to my Twitter. You'll see the idea. But the key is consistency, man. Fucking consistency. You make $500 a day, $200 a day, adds up. Just don't let your losses balloon up. So that was my mistake the other week. I fucked up on risk management. I talked about it, and that's trading, man. That's fucking training. You own your losses and you bounce back. And I mean, dude, today I did great. Last week I did great. Went back to the basics. So let's talk about today. Okay, let's talk about today, guys. I took a few days off because I went out of town. I enjoyed my life outside of trading. So I came back very excited, man. I came back very excited. I knew that I was going to have huge FOMO. So I repeatedly told myself, my affirmation, do not break the rules. Alex is my tab. Oh shit. Alex is my tab. He constantly reminded me about, wait for the lines, zombie hour, notice the hour, you don't overtrade. So these are the things that the Trading Accountability Buddy helps you with, right, guys? They remind you, because that as a human being, sometimes we forget, man. We get into these rages. I call it a violent rage, just like someone to beat someone up, man. They get into this violent rage, and for trading, it's the same. You get into these violent rages where you're just upset. Why can't the stock's not doing what you're doing? Sometimes you just need someone to like snap you out of it, and that's what Trading Accountability does, right? That's why I always say, get a tab, set hard stops. These are the rules. But anyways, let's talk about what I promised to talk about, which is I came back from a long week off. Maybe it took 5 days off. I came in with huge FOMO, and I missed all of most of last week. Half of last week I missed it, so I didn't really know what runners are around and stuff. So I asked Alex what were the lists. So this is another help from the tab. So I asked Alex what ran on Friday. So I knew ahead of time what ran on Friday. So like I always say, man, today's hot play of the day, we call it the hot chick. The hot play of the day is tomorrow's low hanging fruit. Plays that are dead, plays that ran today and that died off is going to be a day 2 continuation play. I called the low hanging fruit, and that is CAPR. CAPR was on my main. That was my number 1 watch list play. We all wanted that because it was completely dead on Friday. It killed everybody in the morning. Shorts died at the afternoon. So now you have stuck bag holders. So the theory of the stuck bag holders is this. These guys just want to get the hell out. They want to break even, want to get out. And that's the whole concept of technical analysis. That is what makes a resistance line a resistance, because that's the area. So this is how it happens, okay? The line, okay? A line is either a support or a resistance. So think of the lines as floors in an apartment complex. Let's say there's 5 stories, 5 floors in your apartment complex. So you're on the 2nd floor. You're standing on the floor. That is your support, right? The floor is your support. But the guy underneath you is looking up at you. Okay? That's his resistance. That is his ceiling. That is his resistance. So the line is both a support and a ceiling, which is the resistance. So depending on which direction you come, it's either support that you're standing on or it's the resistance above you. And so if you fall through, so if the support breaks and you fall through and you're hitting the 1st floor to bounce back up, so now everybody's underwater, right? And so what happens? I'm like, fuck. I'm on the 2nd floor, and now it's at the 1st floor. I'm losing. So I'm going to set all my cells at the 2nd floor so I can break even. When someone's down, all they want to do is break even. And that is the concept of resistance and support, okay? That's why a support turns into a resistance. Make sense, guys? So the support and the resistance is the same line. It depends on which direction you're coming from. And that is the reason why resistance is a resistance. It's because of the fact that when it broke the support, everybody that bought there is now underwater. And what do they want to do when they're underwater? They just want to get the hell out when they're even. And that's the same theory as a gap fill. We won't talk about today because there's no gap fills today. But that is the whole theory behind how the support and the resistance works. And that is the most simple way, the most simple strategy you can do in trading is to sell the resistance and to buy the support. And when I say sell, a sell is a sell. A short sell is a sell. A buy is a cover. And so don't look at each line as, is it a short or a long? You look at each line as, is it a buy or a sell? And if you are long, and if it's a sell, you reduce. Makes sense? Doesn't mean you go short. It means at each line you have to evaluate. What am I going to do? Is it a buy, a sell, or do nothing? In between the lines, I call that noise. Don't worry about in between, because that's how you get grinded. And so when people say, oh, it's getting grinded out, man, this stock is grinding me, I'm like, why are you trading? Why are you trading in the non-areas of interest, I call it? So the lines are the areas of interest. And you can look at that as the apartment building example. When you fall into the apartment, you just want to fucking get back up. And when it's up, you just want to get the hell out. All right? So that's the most simplified way of trading. And that is the concept behind how low-hanging fruits work. Okay, guys? So low-hanging fruits is a continuation play. And people are underwater. And so the next day that comes, they want to get the fuck out. So they usually try to pump it up in the beginning to trap the people that are uninformed. But now you guys are informed how these plays work. That's why you have a lot of these traps. Because there are a lot of stuck people, a lot of algos trying to get the fuck out, or algos pushing up to short. Okay, you don't know what it is, but have trust in your lines. Okay? Fundamentals, filings, looking up filings is a great thing to do, which gives you what? Conviction. Conviction to know, hey, maybe there's additional edge that I can have above and beyond the technical analysis. Okay? So what you do is this, and this is the indicator thing I'm talking about. When I talk about indicators, what's IMRN, guys? IMRN. So the concept of indicators, this is what I call an indicator. An indicator could be anything. Any signal, any trigger that helps you determine what to do next. So we call those indicators, okay? They could be moving averages. They could be VWAP, volume weighted average price. It could be all sorts of MACD, RSI, whatever. There's millions of them, dude. Bollinger Band, Fibonacci, doesn't fucking matter what it is. It seems like everybody has their own fucking indicator, okay? Now you have to remember though, each indicator was created for a specific purpose for that individual, often based around mathematics, okay? As a day trader, there's certain ones which are more quick and I take advantage of. I don't look at all those old shit like RSI and all that, because I'm not a swing trader. You have to understand and use the indicators that are most appropriate for your trading style. Okay, if you are a swing trader, oh shit, 520, swick. It's gonna be sub 5. I have a bunch of orders out under $5 for IMRN. I held it blind because why? I had confidence in the breach. We talked about the death line. That's one indicator in the room. Once that thing was breached, I just shorted all the pops. Now I'm holding for the payout. Okay, so what? IMRN 520. Keep going, baby. Under $5. Under $5, I got all my covers out, scaling all the way back down. Okay, from the 550 breach. While I'm walking around. So you have to be careful about indicators. You have to use the indicator that matches your trading style. And the indicators are all based around time frames. Okay, you watch CNBC. You watch all this stuff. You see moving averages. I'm like, dude, who the fuck uses a 200-day moving average? I'm not fucking holding this shit for half a year. But that's a very important indicator for a swing trader who is investing. Okay, so when you talk about indicators, no one really talks about the time frame and the intent and the context of using those indicators. And that's why I've limited down my indicators to the ones that matches my trading style. I'm a day trader. I can give a fuck what happens next week. Sometimes I don't give a fuck what happens tomorrow. I want to get the fuck out, make my money, go to bed. That's what it is. Think about it, man. If I make $3,000 a day, $4,000 a day, even $2,000 is $500,000 a year. I mean, I made more than that when they open. The problem I have is, like shit, 10 minutes into the open, I'm up $2-3 grand. You know, just off of my fantasy orders, not even size yet. And it's like, what do you do, right? And so that's where the risk management comes in, the greed comes in, your portfolio size come in, and all that. I could take bigger risks because I have, you know, a bigger portfolio. But for the beginning guys, I'm telling you, trade just the blackjack hands, guys. The 20 and 19 hands. Okay, if you do that, you'll build your bankroll. 5:15. Keep on going. See, we told all these lines in the room, guys. Which leads me to this, man. I've been getting a lot of messages from people saying, man, Bao, I wish that. So they spent like $8,000, $5,000, $7,000 on these Furu services, okay? Now, I wouldn't even call them Furu. They're just services that teach people to trade, and they're like, fuck, man. I didn't learn shit from them. I lost all my money. But all the time they're asking me questions. I'm like, why aren't you asking those guys that you paid money to? It's because you know what, man? I'm going to be blunt, okay? I'm very upset the fact that I've been helping people for 10, 20 years for free. I don't give a fuck about that, right? But it's kind of like insulting when these guys are coming to me crying that they spent $7,000 on an education service and they're asking me questions. And I'm like, MIC's only $179, guys. $179 fucking dollars a month. You lost more money on your last trade, you know? And he's like, yeah, you're right. Maybe I should join. I'm like, fuck. That's the thing I want to talk about. People do not value education because they've been scammed too many times. Okay? They've been marketed. I wouldn't call it scam. That's the wrong word. They've been marketed by these lifestyle guys. And when they see big prices like $8,000 DVD, 70% off. Now it's only X dollars after 80% off. They're like, fuck, that's a value. And that's how you get fucking scammed. Seriously, it's like when I see shit like that, I'm like, why would you fucking give a 70% off sale? Is your shit that sucky? Does your shit suck? So you have to think about, why is this shit on sale for 70% off? I mean, we don't play that marketing bullshit game. It is what it is. We don't fucking discount because we provide the value. But I've been getting a lot of people that says, hey man, I'm losing a lot of money. And I'm like, why would you just pay? To be honest, they don't see the value. If we put our prices and start doing the marketing like they do, I'm pretty sure everybody will join because they'll think, oh shit, this thing's 90% off. But so that covers that. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. The fact that you're on here listening, it's think about it, man. $180 ain't shit. I priced it there for a reason, and we don't sell DVDs. And you just need to see it. And the reason why we don't discount and do all that kind of crap and start charging $50 is I don't want the people that are here just because it's cheap. I'd rather have quality students that want to learn. There has to be a minimum threshold, guys. It's like, if it's too cheap, you're not going to value it. If it's too cheap, you're going to have a bunch of people that's fucking there to pump it up. I want real education, real people that want to learn, and that's what it is. And that's why we have a very high retention rate. Okay, and so you want to learn, man, you join, and then you attend the free seminar we're giving in August. I mean, who does the live trading, right, for freaking free? So that covers low-hanging fruit. That covers technical analysis and the indicators, okay? Back to the indicators. I use VWAP, but you have to use VWAP in conjunction with something else. One indicator alone is not enough. What I call it is I like to layer, put multiple indicators, okay? An example of an indicator for me is a resistance line, a pivot line, a support line. And then if it matches a VWAP line, you see what I'm saying? If you happen to use an EMA of 15 days or whatever you want to use, which I don't use, but you can, you layer that too. So the more indicators that go off, the more confidence you get. Another indicator that people often overlook is filings. That to me is just another indicator. It is not the Bible. Just because something has $100 million dilution possibly looming does not mean they have to fucking sell. A lot of the times people get overly convicted upon one indicator. VWAP, wow, it's under VWAP, let's go all in. What happens? That fucker rips your ass off, okay? So if using one indicator alone is not going to make it work for you guys, each additional indicator that lights up is an added confidence boost, okay? So I call it layering. Layer your indicators, okay? Use whatever indicator you want. I'm not here to bash indicators. Whatever indicators work for your style, okay? There's some like RSI I don't give a fuck about because I'm not here accumulating for days. So that's the thing people don't talk about, man. Indicators work for certain setups, certain trading styles, certain time frames, okay? So the more you layer, the better it is. If it's just one indicator, VWAP, you're gonna lose. It's like, okay, under VWAP, yeah, it keeps going down, but look how many times VWAP have fucking killed people. I use the VWAP in conjunction with lines, in conjunction with death line. So there's different things of the lines. Lines is a bunch of lines. People, which lines should we use? I call them the inner line, the outer line. Okay, these are the concepts we teach. And so a line is just not a line. And then there's a special line we call the death line. Once that line is breached, it is very, very difficult for our stock to come back up, because our stock is being supported and pumped. Oh, and it gets me to this question, guys. Why do I trade what I trade? A lot of people bash small caps. They're like fucking scammers, scammers pump and dump. It's real random. I just fucking laugh, because those are the motherfuckers are idiots. I've been laughed off because I traded pink sheets for years, for decades. I made more money than all those motherfuckers. It's because it's not cool. People like to trade Google. Oh, I fucking made 25 points on Amazon today. What? You made 25 cents? I made 25 points on Amazon. That motherfucker, Amazon's $2,000 a share. What percentage did you make? Okay, so number one, if you trade right, small caps is a huge leverage in terms of percentage. Who the fuck can trade Amazon? $2,000 a share. Well, how much money are you gonna fucking make on that? And that's why they move into options. They can't afford to buy a $2,000 stock to trade, so they buy options. And options is even worse than small. They make fun of small caps, but they're trading fucking options at fucking 10 cents, 20 cents. You see the irony in that? Okay? And the people that make the money on the options are not you. There's a reason why they wrote options. Options is highly leveraged. And the option writers are the guys that are making money. Okay? Because there's time decay and all that. But it's just funny. They're bashing small caps, but they're trading fucking options. Fucking a quarter, because they can't afford to buy 2,000 share stock. So the reason I trade small caps is a couple of things, okay? It's the fact that, yes, it's highly leveraged, meaning percentage-wise, right? I need 1,000 shares, and I can make a shitload of money just 1,000 shares all day, scalping 1,000 shares of a $5 stock. I just make an example, right? You can trade more, but my point is you don't need much capital. But besides that is just the beginning reason. The main reason I like to trade small caps is this. It's highly predictable. Knock on wood. Highly predictable. Because why? I focus on the small caps, or scams. We call those pigs. Okay? Dilutive pigs. These stocks are fucking pieces of shit. Meaning, the company itself is a piece of shit. It's losing money. How is it funding its operations? Selling stock. So there's a pattern. It's predictive pattern, guys. Okay? They pump this shit up so they can sell the shares. The problem is this. You don't know where the top is. You do not know where the top is. And like it says, there's a famous quote by Keaton that says, you know what, man? The markets remain irrational, but are you liquid enough to fucking hold it, right? So basically it's like, yeah, we all know this shit is a piece of crap. It's going to die, but when? Are you liquid enough to fucking hold it? So you need proper entries, okay? If you want to trade this out. But the reason why small caps, I love it because it's predictable. I may not be able to predict it at the precise moment, but as a general trend, it's predictable. They pump it up, they kill the shorts, they dump it. Amazon is not like that. Amazon's predictable by who? The fucking billion-dollar funds that have guys they're paying $100 million to as an analyst. I know some of these guys. They're making millions of dollars, dude. Being a fucking analyst, doing upgrades and downgrades. And are you able to compete with that? So the whole concept behind trading small caps was the same concept I traded bulletin boards, pink sheets, is because I don't want to get into the space where Goldman Sachs are in. How the fuck am I going to compete with a fucking Goldman Sachs algo? They spend billions of dollars on that shit. They have fucking researchers in companies and shit, sitting there counting how many fucking orders are being shipped. Shit like that. They got a guy sent to China to sit on the street to see if the factories are fucking bringing enough supplies and if it's fucking scam. How do I compete with that shit? I'm just a guy sitting in my fucking underwear at home and trading stock. So I want to compete in an area which is the most simple area I can find. I don't give a fuck about ego. When people ask me what did you trade Amazon or Google today? I don't even know what the fuck that shit did today. I mean, Prime Day? You know what I'm saying? It's like, but it sounds cool though when you tell people, oh, I traded fucking Amazon for $25. Versus I traded some stock. I don't even know what the fucking name of the company is. I only know the ticker. Right? Like fucking IMRN today. I made a bunch of money. I don't even know what the fuck they do. I did my process on it. I made money. But it's highly predictable. There's certain lines, you know, the stock coming from $2 to fucking $7. Like, what the fuck? If you're going to get blown away if you short too early. That's why we talk about the lines, okay? Lines are very fucking important. People make jokes about that. People make jokes about death line. But there's certain lines that makes it the backside. And that's what I want to talk about, the backside, right? And so, why do I trade small caps? It's very predictable. If it's a backside of the move, it's going to go down. You have to determine what's the meat left. If there's enough meat, then you get in. But how can you, but Amazon doesn't have that. It's a fucking real company. It's a fucking real company. How can you fucking trade like that? You know, and as much as you know, the only thing that you trade for Amazon is what? Technical analysis. So your only edge on a large cap is technical analysis. You don't think these algos have the same fucking edge as you? But they also have the analysts. They pay $10 million a year to know upgrades, downgrades, and all this shit. They're fucking sitting next to the CEO's office waiting for a fucking, you know, blurb from him in an eternal memo. Shit like that, right? It's just, to me, I want the path of least resistance. I don't give a fuck about being cool. I want to make money. I want to make money in the most simple way possible. Okay? Give me the simplest way. If I can fucking trade fucking Garbage Pail Kids, Beanie Babies today and make fucking easier, bigger money, I would. I don't give a fuck what I trade. Stocks is just a trading vehicle, guys. A vehicle. It's just basically to buy low, sell high. IMRN, guys. What's that at right now? IMRN. Is it under $5 yet? So that covers why I trade what I trade. Okay? It's because to me it's very predictable. I'm in a space where the companies are all fake. So I always tell my guys, the rule of thumb for me is under $5. If it's under $5, more likely than not, it's a fake company. Okay? The company is not most of these funds can't even buy a stock under $5. They have a $5 margin requirement in a lot of these clearing funds as well. So, shit, maybe I should start covering some of this. But that's in a nutshell, guys. And so why do I trade this? It's not because I'm a pumper. You never see me pump shit. It's because of the fact that I find it more predictable than large caps. I don't fucking know what Amazon's going to do, guys. Seriously. How am I going to be better than the guy that's being paid $10 million at Goldman Sachs just to fucking research Amazon? One stock. So I'm saying, guys, so as a day trader, you try to find your edge, your niche, you know, whatever it may be. It could be different than mine. It could be similar than mine. But, you know what I trade. I trade stocks under $5 because I know they're fake. I trade stocks that are not high in institutional ownership. Okay, so institutional ownership is a big thing because if it's owned by a lot of institutions, they're supporting the fucking stock. Okay, I do not short stocks that I have a rule of thumb. The market cap is so low that some guy can come in and buy it. If I can buy this company, if Alex can buy the company, you know, some algo can come in and easily buy it. And so that's the whole concept behind avoiding low float stocks. IMRN is weird though. It's a $2.5 million float, but it just seems weak because it's exhausted itself. It went from $2 to $7. And so that's the reason. If it went from $2 to $2.50, I'm not gonna touch that shit. You have to know when to get in, guys. In the morning, today I actually made my most money on IMRN, going long. So I do long stocks, okay? I don't just short. In the morning, I long IMRN. When it breached the deadline, I shorted it. I told the room where all of this. So, you trade in the areas which is going to yield you predictable results. Okay, and those are the areas of interest I talk about. You do not have to trade all the time, guys. You do not trade all the time. You wait for the trigger, you wait for the indicator. Now you understand what I mean by an indicator. Not just these RSI bullshit. It's including every bit of information you know, including filings. All right, let's bring someone on. Let's bring someone on, guys. Who wants to get on? Just raise your hand. Request to be put on. We'll do it quick today, and then we'll let you guys go back off to your work. So we talked about how to layer the indicators. We talked about low-hanging fruit, and we talked about why I trade what I traded, or small caps why I trade. So basically, we talked about today is finding your itch. Okay, a lot of people don't understand that. Finding your itch. I explained how to find the edge. The first edge is technical analysis. Second edge, filings. Third edge could be whatever else it is. No one wants to get on? Let me see. I'm gonna randomly pick people. Smiley. I'm gonna randomly pick someone. It'll be time for one person. Let me see if Smiley might get in. Smiley 900. Hit me up. If you're over pattern day trader, guys, just hit me up. I will refer you to what we use and highly discounted. Hey, what's up, my buddy?
What's going on, bud? How you doing?
Tell everybody your name, who you are, where you from, all that good stuff.
Yeah, my name's David Smiley in the MIC chat room. I'm from Michigan, so I've been trading maybe close to about 6 months now. Maybe 1 month I went into the simulator, and then I went live. I think I joined with you guys about 2 months ago, and a lot of improvements.
What experience did you have coming prior to MIC?
Yeah, sure. Well, I've always had a huge interest in stocks, and starting. I'm pretty old. I'm probably the same age as you.
Pretty young, yeah.
Yeah, pretend like we are. But yeah. So in high school, I was interested. In college, I got into investment club kind of stuff, and then I went and got into a career, right? And I've done really well in the career, and I still have this interest in stocks. I mean, when I first started out my career during the remember the .com era, right?
Yep.
I was just a kid. I didn't have any money, but I would just go crazy trading.
Gambling. That's what I did too. Gambling.
Yeah, I didn't know what I was doing really, and it was just like I remember I had a $5,000 account, and I churned it like millions of dollars during the course of that year. At the end of the year, I still had $5,000.
Yep, that sounds a typical. A Qualcomm at 3,000 a share or some shit back then.
So yeah, I mean, then I just kind of worked on a career for the last 20 years, right? I've done really well, and that's kind of sort of the thing that's hard, right? I'd love to go full-time trading, but like to get to that salary level, it's like impossible. It's It's really
you don't need to. That's why I keep telling people, you just supplement your income, man. You don't need to trade all the time. Just learn it and trade it while you work.
Right. I mean, I do that and just carve out a couple hours where it makes sense, and then just getting better and better over time. But yeah, that's kind of my story. I think the last couple months with MIC has been good. I mean, I had kind of three edges I was always playing, which is what I call shorting, trash like we do, which is my favorite edge. I did a lot in futures, and I also have some earnings play that I still kind of do. But I don't know. I put it all in TraderView, and I track things statistically when I see what has edge, what doesn't. The shorting trash has the best edge for me right now. Futures, I've come a long ways. I mean, I lost a lot of money in futures. Like when I started off, I thought, I'll just trade like a zillion times a day, and I was doing all the wrong things, right?
Futures to me is very difficult because what is your edge? It's just technical analysis.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It's mostly technical analysis. There is some edges, and it's all technical, right? It's a lot harder to figure out. It's a lot harder. It takes a long time.
One Trump tweet fucks you up. That's it.
Sure. You got to stop then, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And, but I mean, I made a lot of progress in that, but still, I kind of want to, I just need to focus on one thing. Trying to do three edges just isn't working for me, and kind of had a talk with Tosh the other day, and he's kind of just like, get your shit straight and just one edge, and then focus on getting bigger when I first get in. That's the other problem is I'm getting in with, not a lot of shares because I'm nervous, at the lines, and I need to start bigger if I want to end bigger, right? So.
What I do is this, fantasy orders, man. That's how you get around being nervous. Put the fantasy orders in there, and if they hit, they hit. And when they hit, I go back in and then add more. That's how I build the position size.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, I don't know. Today's been interesting. I did some low floaters, and I did CAPR, but I hung around too long during zombie hours, and I'm getting chopped up here. But I still did okay. I mean, I do a lot smaller size if I'm going to trade in zombie hours, and I pretty much scalp. Like I try to scalp a lot like you do. I love doing that. It just builds a little bit of bankroll as you go.
Yeah.
Have some room for mistakes. But yeah, you got to be careful during zombie hours. It's like you get toasted.
So I love the fact that you're using all these terms that we that took me millions of dollars of losing to find out. Like yeah, zombie hours and shit. So
hey man, I put in my own losses the last 6 months, right? Like before I came to MIC, you know, I was, you know, I'm down quite a bit, like 25,000. You know, I had a pretty good sized account. But that's, you know, it's okay. I mean, I don't like it, of course, but I've learned a ton. I mean, I've traded a lot of different vehicles, and I've got
your tuition. It's market tuition.
Yeah, I know. It's what it was. But yeah, it's all good now. I mean, I'm coming around, right? I still got a long ways to go.
So you've improved by focusing on one type of setup versus being all over the place, right? Is that
for sure.
Okay. And what is your plans for? Do you have a plan? A lot of people always like. So this is how I always tell people. Okay, if you don't have a milestone or deadline, you're never gonna fucking get there because you just kind of like, oh, I don't have a deadline. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. So maybe if you want to talk to Tosh, get a deadline. Like as in like this week's my goal is this, to have no FOMO, to have no adding to losers, to stop out. You see what I'm saying? So you build this milestone, this deadline that comes up. And so that's the way I think people progress. Versus just talk about money and stuff. It's like process, right? So have a schedule, an agenda, a goal, milestone to how to achieve that process. And so maybe that's a good idea that you can do too.
Okay, yeah, I appreciate that. I mean, one thing when I kind of attracted me to you guys was I always see Alex on Twitter and stuff, and I was always a big fan of SMB, right? So because I think they have pretty good processes, you know, and pretty good discipline why they do stuff, right? And Alex, so when I was researching, like, how does this guy do this, right? And I came across MSMB. It's like the daily report card process is a good one because you have a weekly goal. And I've kind of gotten away from that, I would say, since MIC. But maybe I need to get back to that process, like you said, have some like process goals.
Correct. Because I mean, you're successful in your corporate job, and that is all basically the same thing. You know, you get promoted by these milestones, and that's what it is. And so you promote yourself when you trade.
Yeah, that's
so you coming to Philly, man? You coming to Philly?
I'm undecided. I'm probably going to.
You should definitely come, man. Meet people, meet Taz. I mean, that's a great way to go.
Yeah, I want to go out and have a good time with you guys. I mean, it's gonna be a blast.
It's not that far from Michigan, so.
No, it's not. It's not bad at all.
Yeah, come on, dude. I'll let you into the Monday thing. Just come and sign up, man.
I appreciate that.
Hey, what's your name again?
David.
David.
Smiley. Yeah.
David Smiley. Smiley's not your last name, is it?
Smiley. No. No, okay. That's my college nickname that people still call me.
Okay.
I don't know why.
As long as you're still smiling, still got money to trade, that's good. I don't want to be sad, sadly. Cool, man. Dude, I'm going to look forward to seeing you on the event, man. I will save you a space on the Monday trading too.
Cool, Val. Thanks, man.
Hey, thanks, man. Hit us up anytime you need something.
Yeah, thanks for everything, guys. You're doing a great job. MIC is really awesome. Yep, see ya.
Thanks, buddy. Oh, that was kind of cool. What's IMRN at, guys? Sorry to ask you again. Maybe I'll sell some. What's IMRN? See if I have to start covering some. Yeah, bounce up. It's okay. We still have the time. All my covers are under $5. I'm trying to be patient on smaller size. So in the morning I go larger size but smaller range, and on these trending ones it's easy for me to have smaller size so I can hold through the fluctuations. Okay, we have time for one more quick split view question. Anybody wants to join? You don't have to be MIC, guys. I hope whoever. Got time for one quick person. Just raise your hand, or I'm going to randomly try to pick someone new. And let's see. Who wants to get on, guys? You ready to get on B9? Go on with B59. I see this name all over. Let's put a face to it. Declined. I got rejected. Story of my life. All right, let me bring in is Mass Usreal. Declined. I was going to bring you on, talk about the death line. Let's try find something random here. AD1. I see your name around too. How did I locate the shares? We have a special relationship with a broker for MIC. All the MIC guys get access to free locates on many of these stocks. So join MIC and pretty much it pays for itself, man. You don't have to get a scanner because we do the scanning for you. More eyeballs is the best scanner. Let's deadlift. That guy sounds pretty impressive here. I'll try to get him on. Just for a very quick split screen. If not, we'll end it today. Everyone's shot in the morning. A lot of people are at work still. It's 9 o'clock in California. It's noon over in the East Coast. Hey, what's up, my friend?
Hey, how's it going, Bob?
Tell everybody your name and all that good stuff, my friend.
Absolutely. My name's Alex, 2 times on the forum here in Chicago.
You're in
cloudy.
MIT?
Yeah, 2 times.
2 times. Oh, you're 2 times.
Yeah,
Cool,
yeah.
man. Your name is different on Instagram.
It is. Let's Deadlift. I'm a big fan of powerlifting.
Cool, man. I remember your photos that you posted. That's awesome. So
Yeah.
tell everybody how's it going, how long you joined, and what you're progressing on, what you're learning on.
Yeah. So it's interesting getting both sides of I'll call it both sides of the story or both parts of the picture. It's almost like you mentioned kind of pinning the picture, but then flipping the picture on the backside and seeing, maybe it's signed, maybe there's more information on the back. So I'm a long bias trader. I tried shorting twice, failed both times, figured I'd stick to long. So being able to really understand just kind of the technicals, the dynamics behind it helps me in the long aspect as well. I've always been into stocks. I had a Roth IRA created like 8-9 years ago, and I'd buy random stocks like, Apple and Amazon, Google, and let it sit for a year, throw another $5,000 in January 1st, buy some whatever I thought was cool at the time, sit for a year. And I realized that I could control it more. So that's my larger account. I could still play with it. And the account that I'm focusing is under PDT. So I make those trades count a little bit more.
So did you trade any of the IMRN bounces today?
No, so I got a little bit late. I missed a couple of those fills. I actually looked at MLNT. I figured I'd go where others weren't, and that was my best trade for the day. I was 3 for 3 on
That's
3
a sick
different
move.
stocks.
So how did you identify that trade?
They had news on their earnings that was actually pretty decent. I had all my lines already drawn from, a month ago. All of the lines still lined up, and it was bouncing off of one of the lines in the morning. I figured, you know what, might as well give it a try. I'll sell at the next line, take my profit, keep half, and let it go to the next line, raise my stop. I ended up stopping out higher than where I got in originally. So it was a nice little profit, and even though it stopped out on the second time, I ended up far ahead than I would have previously.
Oh, dude. So let me ask you a question. Did you talk to Tosh? Is that Tosh's strategy?
So I've heard him say that before. Aloha Trader has walked me through this twice.
Okay, good.
And the other thing is range. I got taught that lesson yesterday. I can't remember what I was in, but I had a nasty habit of letting something take off, and I would get out just before it would either take off or I'd get stopped out, and then it would take off. So
how would you fix it? How do you think you fixed it?
I'm going to say the video that helped the most was probably Aloha Traders. Trading is an art. You have to give it a little bit of range. I hear you say the higher the range, the going smaller, and just let it play with that range. Wider stops.
Correct. That's exactly right. And the beauty of your stops. So let me tell people what you did. So this is a great trading strategy, guys, that makes it robotic. And if you're working at a job, you can set these trigger orders. So what he did was this. He got in a good position, and so he took out half of his profits for where he wanted to get out, right, at the next resistance or whatever it is, because we don't know it's going to go to 1 line, 2 lines, 3 lines. So he took some off. So by taking some off, it cushions the trade. And so what he did was he did a trailing stop, okay, meaning he put a stop in on the last order, but it's a conditional order. Either goes to the target he wants and he's out, or if it stops out by, so he's never down. He took the money off, and so now he's playing with the cushions. You see how that works? It makes risk management really great. So he would not turn a winner into a loser by being greedy.
That's exactly it.
And he's still holding half just in case it goes ballistic. So he's taking some off, which cushions him to afford him to hold the last position to go higher. So that's exactly the best strategy, in my opinion, to trade these small accounts, because you make it very robotic. And dude, it's the risk reward, man. That's the risk reward system. It's fucking phenomenal. And the stops are in place so that you can go to the bathroom, you can go to your job, you can go to the movies, and you'd be cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So OCO orders are my bread and butter. If I have to overthink it, then I probably shouldn't be in the trade. If it fits something that I could fit into an OCO order, I'll just let it fly.
That is awesome. So you learned all this at MIT. Didn't you know this before?
Yeah, no, are you kidding me? I'd say this thing looks undervalued. I'm going to buy it all.
I know, man. We're low floater still. Zombie hour's coming, brother. August 17th.
Absolutely.
You gonna be there? You gonna be there?
I am on the fence. So actually, my buddy that got me into MIC, Jack, if you're listening right now, thank you so much, Jack. I think that he just booked his trip, so I'm right on the fence about to do that.
Dude, you go, man. You're in for Monday. He's in for Monday. Just hit up Tosh and Alex and let them know, man. I want to see you here. I want you to talk about your experience as well. I love hearing this stuff, man. I want you to come on the event. So you're in, man. You and your friend,
that's
whoever
awesome.
else. Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Dude, come. All right, your spot is saved.
Awesome.
So now people should come on to IG Live. Anybody come on IG Live? I'll let them in. They just didn't want to come in.
No, I've seen just about everyone, and I was like, should I get on? Should I get on? Thank you so much. Yeah.
Awesome, man. I'd love to see you there. You better be there. You and your buddy.
Oh, I will. Absolutely.
All right, man. Thanks for coming on, dude.
Awesome. Thanks, brother.
All right. You have a good day. Yeah, guys. August 17th. Free for everybody. Monday live trading for lifetime and annual MIC. But like I said, when I'm feeling good, working out, making money, get on IG Live, guys. Maybe next time get on IG Live, we'll let you in. But August 17th is free for everybody. We booked a great venue, cost us a lot of money, completely free. Catering and all that stuff, okay, for our 1-year anniversary. So thank you, guys. We will see you online. Hope that helped. We'll post this up on YouTube as usual, end of the day.